your HB1 visa, I believe. So I decided to come back home, but I always knew that home was where I was supposed to be and where my purpose is supposed to be laid out. Definitely have a calling, I feel, within Africa, and most of what I need to do is here. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why.
Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie. It's Lifestyle Thursday, where we discuss all things lifestyle. And today I have a very, very special guest. I'm going to let her introduce herself, but she's very dear to my heart. So Althea, karibu.
Thank you.
It's been almost 4 or 5 years since you were here last on the
4 years,
Just Angie set. Yeah?
Yeah.
So maybe you can introduce yourself to the viewers who we have maybe recently acquired. What do you want them to know about you? Your name? What do you want them to know about you?
I think I'll just keep it simple. So my name is Althea, as Mom has introduced. I'm her daughter. And yeah, the last time I was here, we did a mother and daughter video, just talking about, just the challenges of growing up with just a single mom and an only child as well. So yeah, and I'm glad to be here and talk.
At that time, you said you had actually finished your first degree.
Yeah, I just finished from University of Leeds. Yeah.
So you were going to do your second degree. So what do you want to talk about in terms of education purpose? I find you very brave as well, because I wouldn't have gone to the States, but I think you found a double degree. Maybe you can share with somebody that you can encourage them about even how you found your degree course.
Yeah, so I did my undergrad in media and comms, and I was looking into just furthering my education and pursuing a master's degree. And I was able to come across this double master's degree that was allowing you to study in 2 different cities. So you had the option to choose between London and China, or London and Los Angeles.
Hey, I'm glad you didn't choose China. You didn't even tell me about China, but it is definitely China.
I mean, that one put me off because I'd have to learn Mandarin, and that was a whole other ball game. So yeah, I chose to go to Los Angeles. So I did 1 year in London, and then the other year I went to LA, and I did that for 2 years, and then worked for a little bit there, and then I came back. So right now I'm back in Nairobi and a working woman.
And what made you come back? Because I know you got that a lot, when everybody was asking, what do you do here? Like you should have stayed there. So what were your reasons for coming back?
Okay. For I think the most prominent reason was I had a 1-year visa that they give you when you do your master's in the States, and that had come to an end. And the company I was working with were not in a point where they could, do all the lawyer fees to get you your HB1 visa, I believe. So I decided to come back home, but I always knew that home was where I was supposed to be and where my purpose is supposed to be laid out. Definitely have a calling, I feel, within Africa, and most of what I need to do is here. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why. And
sometimes I think you have to be in it to be able to execute it. I think I'm a great believer that people can live now on even multiple continents. Exactly. You don't have to live in one continent. You could even divide it 4 months of the year you're in this part of the continent and this world. But there's a way, because you have a calling for Africa, then you have to sort of like have your finger there and then be able to travel and do other things globally. True. So I found it very brave that you went to the US, where you actually even went without me, because I became sick. I remember that 1 week, and I couldn't take you. So how was it when you arrived?
Thank God I had friends from my previous year in London. So actually I would always remember Clark came and picked me up. Clark I'd never been to the States. I was like, what now? How am I going to get a cab to go? And that's the thing with friendships that are really truly, like, there's significant moments like that, like when she was just like, you've never been here before, I'll come pick you up, I'll make you feel home. So it wasn't that bad, because I had a familiar face with me, and then you came and joined me, and yeah, I was just able to gel, and it was a great experience. Wouldn't take it back for anything. And yeah.
And like with Clark and with Taylor, it's because they had done the same course, but so they came to London.
Yeah.
So you met them in the UK, and then now when you came back to the States, you had people that you knew there. Yeah. Because I think it can be very lonely. A lot of people want to go and study overseas or work overseas, but they don't understand that it's a very lonely journey, and you're very far away from home.
Yeah.
I mean, immediately I'm there even for over 4 or 6 weeks. I start looking for Swahili music,
yeah.
Sijui Kikuyu music, you know, strange things that I don't normally do. I'm like, no, I just want to feel a connection with my country, and you're only there for 6 weeks. So I think you were very blessed that you had friends, because it can be a lonely place, you know. And for me, Los Angeles is such a desert. I mean, the sun is hot, the distances are huge. I mean, you could really wonder, what am I doing here? And what was your experience like in terms of education?
They have a very different teaching system, I would say, to the UK. The UK is like more academia based and like theory based, while the US was a bit more practical. I remember I did a project where we actually had to present a PR strategy to Warner Brothers. Remember, I went to the Warner Brothers offices, studios, and it puts you in front of, like, when you actually get to start working, these are the things that you're going to have to do, you know, pitching ideas and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that, the ability that I was able to get two sorts of types of education, like the UK based, that's more theory, and the American based way of learning, which is more practical, and you definitely need it in career. And even right now, I've been working for 2.5 years almost, and I would say having those two perspectives has really helped me in my career and my career progression.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you encourage somebody out there who's trying to apply for something to do? Because I remember something else that happened with you is that when you did your undergrad, you felt being drawn to PR and marketing. You really enjoyed the course, but then you sat and you said you did something that I think it's LSE is the only media university that you applied for?
Yeah, I had only applied to one university for my master's.
For your master's?
Yeah.
Only one?
Yeah.
But did you apply to others?
No.
Just one?
Yeah.
Althea, a big risk taker.
No, but it was part of the thing. Remember, I had said, because when you finish your undergrad, you can either work or continue the education. And I told God, if I don't know what I'm supposed to do, I'm conflicted. Should I work or should I just pursue my master's? So I said, I'm only going to apply to one school. If I get in, because you're allowed to apply to a maximum of 3 or 4, I think. But I said, I'm just going to apply to one just to get a sign. So if I get in, it's the sign I'm supposed to go. If I don't, it's a sign I'm not supposed to go. And I got in, so I guess it was a sign.
Okay. Yeah, it was definitely. Yeah. And even when you said you were going to LSE, we were like wondering, you know, London School of Economics is about economics and politics.
Science,
So we're like, what do you mean about media? But they had a really good media course. And even with this opportunity to do 2 places, I think they've even extended it now. You can do London and South Africa, London and LA, and London and China.
Yeah.
So that's really good. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to Althea, and we'll see you next week on Lifestyle Thursday. Bye-bye.
What if you told them bye-bye like you're showing them? Bye-bye.